Now, with historic defeats and managerial disruptions in the Brazil national camp in recent months, this season of rebuilding with new mentors and players offers a chance to reset the team. And the team is currently competing in the Copa America, and a mixed bag of results have been recorded in the opening matches: a goalless draw against Costa Rica and a massive 4-1 victory against Paraguay. Joining us now to reflect on this, all the way from San Francisco, covering the Copa America, is Brazilian football journalist Victor Pereira. Victor, a very good evening, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Kwena, and good evening.
Victor, let's start with Brazil. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about Brazil going into a tournament, always favorites, but a shaky start, but their second match a little bit more convincing. What have you made of their performance so far?
Yeah, it's possible to see that the team is better now than the first game, of course, because not only about the result, but also the performance in the field. Because, I mean, this is only the beginning of the project with Dorival Jr. It's only his, I don't know, he was his sixth match commanding the national team, and then he had only 4 friendly games before this Copa America. Individually, the team has a lot of talents, individual talents, but the challenge that Dorival Jr. is facing is to ensure that these great players can develop as a group the same performance they show at their respective clubs. But they are finding some difficulties, especially with the dimensions of the pitch of the stadiums here in the US, since they have stadiums for the American football. So the dimensions are up to 740 square meters smaller than usual. So these favors teams that are a little bit weaker than Brazilian national team in their defensive games, and also becomes an additional challenge for this Brazilian team with Dorival Jr. to break through the opponent blockade. So the second game against Paraguay was way better than the first one. We already saw an improvement in this team, and of course that the trend is for the improvement to continue into the next game against Colombia on Tuesday.
Let's talk about that game going against Colombia. A very big match for both Colombia and Brazil, because whoever wins there would likely be top of the group and be able to get a better position. What do you think the mindset is for Brazil going into that game against a Colombia side that is unpredictable also?
Yeah, of course. Colombia is showing great performances as well. So the Brazilian national team knows that Colombia is a strong team, and what they said after the last game was that they have to respect, of course, the team of Colombia national team, but they have to start the game focusing on the victory only, because, I mean, it was really frustrating that draw with Costa Rica on the first round, and then they have to call also the fans to be together with the team. That's a real goal for this Copa America, to have the crowd, to Brazilian fans together with the national team, but also to gain the confidence, to be trustful again, and it means that the Brazilian national team has to start the match focusing on the victory and leave the pitch with the victory and the leadership of the group, to also face a little bit, a weaker team from the Group C, because if Brazil finishes in second, maybe it will face Uruguay next stage. So it's important also to not face right now the stronger teams.
Victor, there's been some criticism, from Ronaldinho, which has been much publicized. Do you think that the team has taken it seriously, or was it, as many are saying, just a gimmick?
Yeah, it it was not taken so seriously because in the end it was like a marketing action from Ronaldinho. So he went public again to say that it was only a joke per se, and that he trusts the national team and the players very much. And then the players, in the very first moment, the players was a little bit surprised by these words from Ronaldinho. But after that, after everything got a little bit clear, they were like more understandable. They also received Ronaldinho backstage of the match. Ronaldinho is following all the way the Brazilian team has following here in the US in Copa America. So it's not that it was not a great issue from Brazilian national team, but of course the criticisms are everywhere, and also it means that Brazil, I don't know, it's been 22 years since the last World Cup title, so it means that a team like Brazil couldn't be so long without a world title, so that calls the criticisms focusing on the Brazilian national team. So that's why, but I believe that this group is only in the beginning of the project. I want to say it again because we have to be a little bit patient about this team, about Dorival Jr., and I believe that Brazil will show better performances now on.
Right. Victor Pereira?